Let's wait the other to join.
I'm sorry if you can hear today in the background some children shouts or voices.
No problem.
I don't know how much you can hear it or not.
Actually, very little. No.
But sorry, I try to keep in the garden, but they kind of keep
them in the garden, lock them out.
No, because Alessio is cutting in the garden something, and I need to keep an eye. Usually I'm upstairs and not, out of
Doesn't matter. Anyway, Barbara, you were saying exactly about campaign optimization.
Yeah, when did you start to optimize your campaigning, meaning that to make a new videos and launch a new videos as a separate, I don't know how to call it in professional language, but try the other videos online and then choosing the right one? Was it after, I don't know, after this live meeting you attended, or was it before?
Before already. Yes. We did already. The main difference was the budget. So we say to ourselves, how much are we actually able to sustain for that second time that we start again? And we say, okay, let's focus on 6 month time and make sure that we got the budget. So we say, okay, let's go within 800 euros. So I say 800 euros, how many campaign I can create and how many video I can test? Because you need to see also, see the picture, how does it work? So if in one campaign, I'm gonna put inside 5 videos, I'm gonna put inside 10 countries, I'm gonna put inside all those dynamic demographic, then I put only €5, then it will take, of course, much longer time to get enough data on which video is gonna actually perform best on which country. So there is always this balance in terms of understanding where do I start from. So you always need to think about starting big, in my opinion, because you need to understand if your message will resonate somewhere. But with a small budget, since you're starting big, you should allow more time. So it's always in comparison how much budget you have got, how many videos you have been thinking to start with, and how much you want to test. This is entirely up to budget potential.
I think that the thing that you have to do is that you have this one video now, right? You have the script, you have the video, you have everything. You have your avatar because you've done that already, all of the exercises, everything. Now, what you're going to do is that you're going to launch one video first. With that one video, we're going to look at the numbers after a few weeks. Yeah. Then when we have these numbers, we're going to see, okay, fine. Is it the front end where the numbers there is not enough clicks? Fine, we need to change something in your AdWord. Is it the landing page where people are not, they click into the landing page, they arrive there, but they actually don't sign up? Fine, we need to maybe change the headline, or we need to change the picture, or we need to add some information on the bottom to give them more trust to actually leave their email address. Or is it on the back end? If it's on the back end, actually it's so much better, right? But all the twerking, all the adjusting, let's say, especially in the beginning, is a lot about the AdWord. So the more you focus on your AdWord, the better. Yeah, I can tell you from our experience, what happened that after, because in the beginning we did our AdWords together. Then after a period, we find out that doing it together was really uncomfortable, because when one speaks, another one just stands there and it feels really uncomfortable on video. So we decided to do them separate then. And at one point then actually we said, okay, because we didn't have so much budget, we said, okay, we can only actually manage to sustain one of us because we needed to test, right? So like we say now, we had one video that we launched. And in order to twerk it, we needed different campaigns, right? In order to test them against each other. And in order to do that, we couldn't both actually do that at the same time in the beginning. So that's why then we said, fine, let's Davide, he will do all the videos. So what we did then, we had him on the white background. I think you maybe came in with that one, didn't you, Barbara? I think. Maybe, yeah, with the white background. But I can tell you that what happened when that video, that video was actually successful, but when we launched the exact same video, only changing the background, so he went outdoors, we halved the cost per lead. So just by doing that one change, nothing in the script, nothing in the way how he spoke, in the way how he said, everything was exactly the same, only the background changed. And literally we have the cost of each person
So
signing
meaning
up.
before I
So-
was in the range of €5,
5 to 6.
€5 to €6. It was quite of an expensive price for SFM numbers, right? But if you see that the actual performance has got sales, it doesn't really matter how much your cost per lead is, as long as there is sales in it coming back,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was expensive, but then I say, okay, let's see how can I optimize these numbers. After I see that there is sales, I go back and say, okay, my ad, what can I improve in my ad to put this cost per lead down so I get more people in and then potentially more sales, right? So I say, okay, let's test this background. I only change the background and drop it to half,
Yeah.
between €2.5 to $3 now.
Yeah.
Currently
Because you
running.
mean because you were getting sales, so you could, because you were putting the same
So-
amount of money, but more people were buying. Yes, that's why you
Yeah,
decreased the cost.
Yes, if before, let's say every 100 client would cost me 600 euros, let's say, then 100 client will cost me 300 euros.
So we get the double
So
people
we get
in.
with 600, I get 200 people now. Instead of before, I get only 100 people. So you start to see then is a understanding what to understand and fix in each department that
And then
will
when- yeah.
be an optimization.
And then when you know that the more or less the percentage that one person in 100 people is the one that actually purchase, then you of course you know that fine, if you get, instead of getting 100 people in, you get 200 people in, then of course you double your chances for people actually to purchase, right? And then of course
Yes.
if they don't, then you know that then you need to optimize your emailing and you need to optimize what you are sending to people and how you connect with people and all of these things, because that's then also, right? It's like a funnel continues. And there's always something to optimize. This is what we actually like about it, is that you can see, like, then when you do put in the work, then you also see the result in the back end, which is awesome. Like, this is what I really like, because then you can see, you can constantly improve, you can constantly make it better, a little bit and a little bit. It's not like, okay, fine, it's done, and then whatever, you just sit back on your sofa, because how fun would that be? At least for us, like how we are as
I mean,
people.
we find motivation into
Yeah.
why we are still with SFM is exactly for this reason, because bring us within this game of challenging ourselves.
Yeah.
So when you challenge yourself, you're already in the game, regardless if your result is massively or just okay or poor. You are in the game because you are changing yourself, and you are developing skills that I could never believe I could actually acquire. Like me coming from the dancing perspective, I knew I wanted to be in business in my future, but I didn't know there was so much to learn in terms of who you could become, that you can take those skills and apply into any business you want.
Yeah.
Like literally anything.
But also
So-
your like how you are as a person, like also now teaching and stuff, we also like has used actually the way how we speak to our students and how you behave also, and how you, so how strong and how confident you feel in your own body suddenly, because you have some skills that you didn't have before, and you
I know precisely what you're talking about.
yeah, so it's really like
I really find impressive looking at myself now, and I really hope that I was starting my SFM journey with the skill of today. I said, wow, this could have been fantastic, but guess what? I wasn't in that position. So I had to master myself. That's exactly what you
but it's
did.
fun
Exactly.
because for example, now when we are walking, let's say on the street or whatever, we sometimes like we come across like some idea or something, you're like, oh well, what if that could work better than what we're doing now, so it's like it's constantly like you get ideas,
It's
you
very
get things.
creative.
Yeah, in a sense it is, and it's also fun because you really start to understand people and how people are behaving and how people are thinking, and not that you can put them into a type, but in a way a little bit, because for example, you were talking about the other day, oh, what if we can hit the expats? So what if we can do only directly to the expats in Hong Kong that they want to travel home, maybe to live home, you know, in the future? And he was like, oh, actually, I want to test that, you know.
Yeah.
And then you start to think like, oh, that could be a thing, or that could be a thing.
Even
and then
targeting
you're
a
going.
message that I wanted really to structure, and I will do within this month, is a message that is related to property investors. Once a person know how to invest in property, they know that it's requiring an initial budget, which is quite, let's say, consistent.
Yeah, or large.
Quite of a large investment to begin with, your journey, right? So that also could be a bridge for a person that would like to jump into property to begin with, to acquire more income and cash, and then project himself towards property. That's what I want to do, and it is working. So this could potentially help anyone else that is finding himself in the same position. So what I would do, since I studied from Robert Kiyosaki, I would go and target channel of Kiyosaki, because I know that he's talking exactly, I'm talking now the language that he's talking, and probably people relate to what I'm saying, you know, and create a specific message for them and target, be very targeted.
So the more you know around your avatar, and the more you can really dig deep into their emotions and what they're after, their dreams and all this, the more you can speak directly to a certain person. And the more you connect, the more trust you have, and of course then the number
better it works.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really about getting out there. Like for you, Barbara, in this case, you just really need to start. And once you start, then of course it's a never-ending journey of constantly improving, right? But definitely about budget, this is very personal, right? So we started very small and grew throughout the years, and we had some breaks, like we said before, we had some breaks where, because we felt that, okay, wait a second, we are not really understanding what we're doing, you know. And then we felt, okay, fine, then we're gambling, because we don't want to gamble, right? We want to actually do actions which are thoughtful and which are study it, so that we know, okay, fine, we are in power. Okay, yes, the algorithm does the work for us, but we know exactly what we're doing. It's not just that we just put whatever targeting, whatever budget, and then hope for the best, you know. That's gambling, and that's not what we do. So make sure to have like all the work done before you actually launch the campaign. So of course, one of the work that you need to have is your budget that fits you and your lifestyle and your family.
You know, somehow that's I think that I'm partially keeping this excuse, but somehow it's also true that practicing the videos and doing this journey, how to look natural in front of camera, that was a big part that was blocking me. And I think now I sort of a bit overcame this one. So
that's awesome.
I hope that, you know, that this will be now the moment to do the thing, because if I'll be putting online a video and I'm sitting in a jacket, you see, like this, and speaking in a very strange way, more scary the customer and really
they're gonna run away. Or opposite, they're gonna say like, who is this? Like
exactly. I mean, that would be like I would get a Nobel for the most crappy advert in the world.
But one thing I do want to say, as I mentioned to you, Barbara, anything you want to test, don't trust our words.
Yeah.
You need to put it there, because what you believe is never what other people think about it.
Yeah.
So you just need to trust yourself and say, I'm going to put myself, even though I think this is the worst a person could ever watch. And probably that could make you
like some of my
$5,000 within the next 2 months.
Some of my AdWords that we launched, I literally, like, my toes, they're like this every time I watch it, because I'm like, oh my God, is this, I mean, I look terrible. Oh my God, this is horrible. Look, my mouth is moving like this, you know. I'm constantly judging myself, and then I'm saying, you know, it doesn't really matter, because in the end of the day, it matters how people are reacting to it. And actually sometimes the more natural you are, the more people relate to you, because we're all humans, right?
Yeah.
In the end of the day. So yeah.
and you got the feeling, we are all, everyone is on YouTube, and you see every day advertiser coming in with Ferrari, Lamborghini, I got this, I got that. I mean, you start to feel that you need to be one person like them. You don't need to be like them. You need to be yourself, and people will feel more, actually will resonate more with the person that is right on the screen and trying to talk with a guy for an opportunity that could potentially change his life. It doesn't mean it will 100% change his life, but it's a chance that they could open their eyes and see if it's something for them. Otherwise, the door is always open to leave for a better opportunity, a better future, whatever it might be.
Yes, and Davide and Caroline,
Yeah.
one more question. How did you manage to make the advert outside, overcoming that thing that I have, people are looking at me and possibly I'm thinking that I'm some TV reporter doing. So did you, for example, go out at 5 o'clock in the morning, there was no one, and you could just make it easy for yourself, comfortable for yourself, or you had to really just ignore the rest and do it? And then question, if you catch somebody on the background, you have to possibly erase or not let this person be visible. I don't know. How does it work?
The more natural, the better, first of all. So if there's people, dogs, or wherever, it looks like alive. It's alive. There's not a production of video.
Try to limit it though.
Try to limit the
Of course, the less distraction, the better.
But to be completely honest with you, when we first started, we were exactly having the same fear. She was more brave than me, but I was completely, you got the point. I was completely in a panicking position, and I couldn't concentrate on what I have to do on my video because my brain goes into them. So I said, what if now they are thinking this and this and there and there and there and this? Slowly, the time passed, and then once I get to the live event, I start to understand more about myself, and I felt more comfortable to be on camera and talk to a person, regardless to stay around me.
Yeah.
But what is the key to overcome this is to face it. The more you face it, even without running ads. That's why the 90 days video challenge is there for you, for overcome those fears, where you go in the most crowded space and you talk to the camera. And once you start to feel comfortable with that, because it will be comfortable over time. It will be, honestly, it will be. And you will start to see how everything starts to change. But in our days, Hong Kong, wherever you go is so much noise because it's such a big city. So we in order to have the view that we wanted, we had to go early, around 6:30 or 7, something like that, right?
We actually, even earlier on the Sunday morning, very, very early, we did in the beginning, for that fact, to not have anyone. And actually, I remember that we got annoyed, and this is actually the worst part of it. So we almost like felt, oh my God, now I fucking came here, sorry my language, but we came here at 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning, and now you have to also be here. It's like, come on, I have to get this
right
done
here right now.
And we were like, can you just go away? Not, of course, not saying it, but we got so annoyed, which obviously you can see in the video, right? So the video, because it's all about energies in the end of the day, right? So those videos were not performing that well, I would say. But then like now, like David said, you can only get through this fear or this problem or this issue by facing it. So the more you face it, the more you get comfortable with it. And like David said, the most important is that you just be present. Like really be present and just speak into that one black dot on your phone, and that's it. It's you and the black dot. Whatever people do, it's their life, it's their choice, and it's their freedom. They can do what they want, right? What matters is who you are, what you're doing in that moment, and it's you and the person. It's like it's you and the button.
I want to share one thing here, one real example of how afraid I was. I was in this 90 days video journey. So I managed to arrive. I did it twice. One, I reached 24 videos. The second one, I reached 40, 45. I never finished it. So I never finished so far. She did. But I remember myself practicing this, and that was about my first 5 videos. And I went into a place where I was alone. And while I started to talk to the camera, I saw it from 200 meters, a person was coming. 200 meters, was still far away. And already my brain started to go to what if now this guy come closer? And I remember in the video, I talk until a moment and then I shut up. I keep walking until the guy passed, and then I try to continue talking. So
But you lost it.
so that specific moment was pure judgmental, seeing myself from the outside. That's what was all about.
And what the worst is in this is that actually you're stopping yourself, right? Because that man, he couldn't care less. Maybe they look at you, but you know what? The second after, his thought is already in something else. But you stop your own action. You stop yourself from doing that action or from making that video or that ad or whatever you were doing. So you actually stop your own journey, your own life, your own improvement, because someone passes you in 1 second. Once he's gone, he's already in the next thing. So it doesn't really matter in the end of the day, right?
Caroline,
I know it sounds like
I think
that.
you are from Denmark.
Yes.
So you should, my feeling would be that somebody would come to me and say, I don't want to be on that video because it's like violation of privacy. I have feeling I don't see many people going around and making the, not selfies, but the video themselves. We are in Denmark. I mean, I am in Denmark. So it's very, very awkward.
You should have get somebody who does this.
Yeah, this is very Danish. You cannot do videos here. No, yeah, it's true. So of course, if you are shooting directly to other people, I think that's a violence. I don't think it's a violence if you are shooting a video of yourself and people in the background, because if you can't hear what they're saying, then it shouldn't. I don't think it is, but I mean, I might be wrong. Like if you're in a public place and you're shooting a video of yourself, and they happen to pass in the background, I can't see any issues with that, to be honest. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like I can just tell you
with
that
laptop, with microphone, it's so complicated to arrange it.
Yeah.
So
but bring your phone, like just go out and do some, even if it's not for the ad, but just go out and do some videos where you are in public places, because really you will feel so much better. The more you get used to it, the better you will become, the more relaxed you will become about it. And then once you have to actually do the ad, it feels natural.
So summary here, we are all in the game for one main reason. We want to make money, but we need to understand that making money is not the final destination. Is first transform yourself, who you need to become in order to really help people in this journey, understand your message, your purpose, why you are here, why I'm here spending my evening Sunday with you guys, because there's a purpose behind. There's a better reason why I'm here with you, right? And I don't do it for money. I do completely free. I spend an extra hour. I could completely care less about my people and my members, right? If that was the purpose, but it's not any longer. And I thanks SFM for that. And as soon as you realize the steps, start with the end in mind and go back, you start to realize that you need to do few actions daily if you want to make progress. And after you setting the things, generally the whole website, landing page, whatever, all the technical part, that they will be there for you, they support you, the business. Then you start with the end in mind. If you have a sale, in order to obtain a sale, you got to have a thank you page. On the thank you page, you got to have a video. On that is going back is a landing page where people need to land. And before they land on the landing page, there is a video. Those are the following steps for you to do it repeatedly, consistently, until you find what does work. Everything else, which meaning also after the person join in, for example, once you will have your first sale, Barbara, and you want to invite a member here with us on this Sunday webinar, you simply send an email that, hey, come and join us. We can join forces and have a webinar that is helping everyone on their beginning journey. Once you will be in 6 months, 1 year time, that you will find yourself in a better position, more comfortable, then I can even tell you, Barbara, do you want to run a webinar? Let's run it. I will come and join, but you will be the person who's going to run. And you're going to share exactly what I'm sharing here with you. You will find your comfort. Don't worry. You will find your comfort. We started our first webinar.
I should post
We
maybe
started
one.
our first webinar with 0 people.
Yeah, nobody showed up.
Nobody showed up. So, and we told,
we
we
sent
managed.
them the email to all the members, and we knew that that could happen. So we actually said, okay, if nobody shows up, let's just talk about something.
But that was
Send it
before
out.
me,
That was
Yeah,
before you.
that was at the very
was before
beginning.
you.
because I'm every time.
Yeah, I think that was in the beginning of last year. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But we were literally pissing our pants before doing it.
So many what if, so many questions that they are not relevant. They will not help you. And they are all movie that comes into your mind.
It's
So
all
those
thoughts,
movie, we
yeah.
need to change them, make them working for us, you know, put ourselves in the game, be there. We need to jump and make shit happen. How we do that? By being courageous and brave to take the action.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
small actions, it's small steps that seems big when you face it. You're like, oh my God, I cannot make that happen. But once you happen, it's like, oh, was that it? Why did I make it such a big thing, right? And then comes the next one, and then comes the next one. So there's always something to face. But once you get through it, that's it, it's done. You only have to do it one time. Once you do it one time, it feels easy. And then you can again, and next one, and next one.
another suggestion for everyone here. I know we talk a lot. If anyone want to have a last final question before we finish, feel free to raise your hand. Anyone wants to have a question? No, I will share my last thought and then we are good to go. So when you're actually in your weekly progress, right? And you know that you have a list to do, basically. I believe you have to, especially if you run a family, which is already a business on itself, you got to have, you need to follow schedules, right? And you're trying to implement your time and optimize your time as best as you can. So I really encourage you to find in your week where you got 1 week of testing and understand how you spend your time on your week. You don't judge, you don't analyze, you simply write down what are you spending your time on. And at the end of the week and a Sunday, you go back and review it, how your week has been. Where are your holes? Where is time that you can optimize to do actions that can bring you forward in your journey? For example, after you find that, in my next week, I would exchange the time with actions that will help me to move on with my business. For example, today in our general life, we trying to make a schedule that once a month or twice a month, we have for sure 2 videos to shoot, 2 videos. So it means that in order to have a video to be shooted, I need to go back and understand, okay, what do I need? I need to have a script. I need to create that. I need to practice and I need to shoot it. That's all I need to focus within 1 month to have 2 videos. And I make sure that I use this time in the best possible way. And you learn by doing, because you will see that week by week, you will optimize your time and understand, okay, how can I make better than last week? And then you see overall the whole month, oh, maybe I watched too much Netflix. Let's cut to half, 50%. Because we do watch Netflix. We love it, but we need to cut it down because otherwise nobody does the job for us, right? So if I know that I need to make videos, who will going to do the videos? The camera itself? No. So we need to put ourselves in the discipline of doing as well. Makes sense? So this was just a pure suggestion for all of you that want to optimize the
It's
time.
quite interesting, yeah, to find out where you spend your time. And then another
And
one
just-
thing, sorry, Barbara, I just wanted to add one thing. There is something that's called habit stacking. So once you find out like where you have your holes, try to always make it a habit after you do one thing. So let's say, for example, after you brush your teeth, you have to, I don't know, read. Now I'm just saying something, okay? But then you know, it's not even a question. It's like, it just becomes a habit because you know, fine, I brush my teeth, I go reading. It's not even a thing that you have to, like, you don't even have to discuss with your own mind, oh, when should I read today? When should I
maybe.
find time for it? Because fine, when I brush my teeth afterwards, I read. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's called
I
habit
found this
stacking.
one. I found this one in LinkedIn, actually training those with habit stacking. What you're saying, the example was
Yeah.
you do coffee and you stretch while you are
Yeah.
doing coffee.
Exactly.
So what you do these two things
Exactly.
together.
You can
Correct.
either do it together or you can do it one straight after another. But it's
Yeah.
really great way how to do it, because like this, you don't even have to worry about it in your mind, because you know that's just how it is. Yeah, and that's a great way how to create good habits. So
Just
anyway, it
one
was
thing
just
from my side more, it's if you
yes.
want to run with to other people, because you are very much running your campaigns. If you want to run your campaigns now, don't start for Tropia challenge. I'm so much, I feel like in marathon, you know, my wins, and it's very much challenging, this challenge. So
Yeah.
and that's kind of takes, you know, I devoted one of the things I told I will be doing one LinkedIn training a day, and it really takes time.
Wow.
And you know, and it's not one only thing, there's another things on the top. So so yeah, just a funny thing, don't go in for Tropia if you want to focus on your business.
Well,
I
for sure, one thing we learn as well in relation to what just you say is that we need to also understand expectation, what I can achieve in one day or in 1 week, or in 1 month. It will be always great to have enough balance in my life, because otherwise I start to stress about pressure, about I feel doubt myself that I'm not doing enough and so on. So you need to have you will learn by doing.
Push yourself,
push yourself, but don't kill yourself. That's most important.
Anyway, guys, we will leave you for today.
Yeah.
It was really nice to see you. Two new
Thank you.
members, Sephora and Cecilia. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
And like David
thank
said in the
you.
beginning, if you have any questions, just reach out during the weeks. And then if not, then see you in 2 weeks on the call.
Yes.
Thank you,
Okay.
guys.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Have
so
a nice
much.
evening.
Thank you. You
Bye.
too, everyone. Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.